Well, folks, welcome to our June 1st edition of CDL Live. The playoffs continuing as we bring all Game 4s to an end today. And, folks, a chance for two of these series to actually be put away, folks. Two of them. Of course, I'm talking about the pros. Actually, three series actually could be put away if you count the D-League matchup that happens today. Of course, only one D-League matchup that will be in progress today. We would have seen Game 4 between the Reapers and the Calgary Stallions. Of course, I'm talking the Richmond Reapers, the Development League team. But Calgary won that series 3-0, got the sweep, so they get a little rest before Game 2. And, well, before Round 2, rather. My apologies. But anyways, the Montreal Saints. Folks, are you not entertained? 2 overtime wins in the series against the number 1 seeded Oklahoma City Strikers. The Saints have the Strikers on the verge of elimination and are at home for Game 4. Montreal, with that home field advantage, looking to pull off the upset. They are the number 8 seed, the lowest ranked playoff team, taking on the number 1 seeded Oklahoma City Strikers. Of course, the Strikers on the road today against Montreal, looking to force Game 5. And folks, my prediction, this was my prediction for the D-League playoffs. 15-5 for 2 of the games and 15-0 for 1 of the games. OKC dominates. And Montreal has stepped up. And are you not entertained? That is the Montreal Saints mantra this year. Are you not entertained? Because they had played their little freaking toy tailpipes off on that field. No question about it. And that will lead off our June 1st game day, folks. And then we head to the pros, where we do get a couple of chances for some sweeps to happen. Tim Geiser's Philadelphia Demons, the number 5 seed of the East, on the road take on the 4-seeded Boston Vandals. But the Demons got that 3-0 series lead. Vendetta, in his first playoff appearance, has not gone according to plan. Of course, the Demons more experienced in the playoffs under Tim Geiser. Hey, they won Crash Bowl 17 just 2 years ago. So they know what they're doing on the field, folks. And they've been showing that in this series. Up 3-0, they go for the sweep today. And then, my goodness, you can't help but feel a little bit of heartbreak for the Chicago Wind Attack. Games 1, 2, and 3 all going the distance. And then, no less, in Game 3, folks. In Game 3, it goes in the... Am I right? Game 3 just went in double overtime. I believe in Game 3, we saw double overtime, folks. If I'm pretty sure I remember correctly here. Recap my history right quick. You know what? As I'm taking a look back here, trying to find it. Trying to find my Game 3s. What was the final score? I know it was double overtime in Game 3, folks. My apologies for that. Going through this. But nonetheless, double overtime. Roswell able to get the job done, but every game has gone to overtime in this series. And Chicago just not finding a way to take down Police Porsche. And I mean, Police Porsche just been excellent throughout this whole series, just able to get it done. And Game 4, the Aliens on the road against the Wind Attack, going for the sweep. But Chicago, they've been a team known for coming back. Now, they've been able to come back. Not last year, but the 2 years before that, they were down 3-1 in their first round series and able to come back and win the series 4-3. Now they're down 3-0 to Roswell here in 2015. Can they make the comeback? Something we'll find out. But then the 2 games after that, the series aren't so one-sided. Puerto Rico plays the number 7 seed of the East and the defending Eastern Conference champions on the road to take on the Hartford Homies. Puerto Rico was able to get the win in Game 3, 15-5, dominant score there. Hartford going to have home field for Game 4, looking to even that series up at 2. Puerto Rico, of course, would like to take that 3-1 series lead back home and then have a chance in Game 5 with home field to win the thing. And then Idaho and Los Angeles, and folks, the Blades looked like the Los Angeles Blades in Game 3. No doubt about it. Able to come out there and get the win, take that 2-1 series lead, and now the momentum in the Blades' court, and they got home field advantage for Game 4. So the Blades, LA looking to take that 3-1 series lead. Of course, Idaho would love to tie things up and force a definite Game 6, and hey, Games 5 and 6 would be Idaho on the home side of the field. That being said, You know what's happening here on this June 1st game day. We got 2 chances for sweeps. We'll find out if it happens here on this June 1st edition of CDL Live. The quest for Crash Bowl 19 continues, folks. Let's get down to the field. Welcome, CDL fans. It's time for our June 1st edition of CDL Live. Getting right to the action here with our D-League playoffs, or should I say our D-League playoff match that has to happen here today. Game 4. The last of all the D-League Game 4s, of course. Calgary finished off Richmond 3-0. So, obviously, Calgary already on the second round. So, obviously, no Game 4 in that series. But there is this Game 4. The Oklahoma City Strikers on the road to battle the Montreal Saints. The Saints took the 2-1 series lead in Game 3 after, well, let's take a look at how the series has gone. We go back to Game 1. Montreal in overtime, finding a way to get it done. But leave it to OKC to make a way to come back. 15-5, they got the win in Game 2. Going into Game 3, though, a determined Montreal team able to get it done in overtime yet again. Now here with home field advantage for Game 4, looking to close out the series here today. Of course, Oklahoma City trying to force Game 5 back on their home side of the field, so to speak. As for any other D-League series, 2 of them have ended. I mentioned Calgary, but Syracuse, the Scorpions, closed out the Toronto Canadiens in Game 4. 3-1 there. And that series just about went the same way this one has actually gone, as a matter of fact. No home team has won yet. The Saints trying to break that pattern here today. And, of course, Oklahoma City needs it to continue if they want their season to continue. So, farm team of the Los Angeles Blades, excuse me, folks, farm team of the Los Angeles Blades and the Puerto Rico Blaze, the Oklahoma City Strikers, Alex Johnson's farm team, on the road, down the series 2-1 in this best out of 5 series, against the farm team of both the New Jersey Bandits and the Denver Mustangs, the Montreal Saints. Let's go on ahead, get a look at the lineups. And here we go, folks. Blue Star leads the way for OKC today, a team that always seems to have strong seasons, but getting into the playoffs, they seem to struggle, or they just can't seem to grasp the Soldiers Cup, it seems like. It's last year making it to the finals, losing in overtime, and this year in the first round, just not coming to the game, showing up at all. Either there, it's Montreal strong play. They got the rookie El Sebre out there first. They're taking on Blue Star, and Blue Star comes up big to start this thing off. 5-0 OKC. We know we're already guaranteed one Game 5, and that will be between Rochester and Baltimore. Colts tying that series up at 2 apiece. Cobra coming out here for the Montreal Saints now as Blue Star tries to tie this series up at 2 apiece. And was contact made there? Actually, I didn't see none. I'm going to do a quick review, though. Kind of got by his teammates before I actually saw him getting by his teammates. So I'm just going to put that one under review. It's an official review. Just make sure it was a clean flip, but the ruling on the field, it is a good flip, and we are tied at 5. But hang on tight because I didn't get a good look. So I'm going to go on ahead and give myself that good look. And for sure, that one did not take long to review, folks. I didn't even have to slow it down. Got to see it in live time and actually make the call. Good flip. The ruling on the field stands. An obvious call. I just had my eyes facing right when they should have been left, so to speak. So, you try to keep track of both cars on the field, and of course your eyes can only go the one way unless they both go center, and then you go cross-eyed, for Christ's sakes. Anyways, Red Spectite now out there for the Strikers to take on Cobra. And Cobra is taken down. So the score 10-5. Oklahoma City quickly getting that lead back. And now Red Spectite looking to put the game away, but out there to face them. Card that's done pretty darn well in this series, Mach 5. And interference right there, and that one saves Mach 5. So of course, Red Spectite 1 flip away from tying this series all up at 2 apiece. They go at it again. No flip there. Good collision. Both cars switching sides, and again, Mach 5 staying up. So good defensively. And another good recovery right there. Passing on the landing test and getting the offensive chances, and now getting the win is Red Spectite. And the Oklahoma City Strikers have forced a decisive Game 5. Final score here, 15-5. They get the win over the Montreal Saints. And, folks, same scores both times. Game 2 and 4 here. 15-5, OKC got the win. And then games 1 and 3, where Montreal was on the road, they got the win in overtime, 20-15. So, but nonetheless, Montreal not enough in the tank for Game 4 here to be able to get the win. But OKC, I guess you could call it the stamina, getting it going here today and getting the win. Tying the series up at 2, so first round of the D-League playoffs, folks, and we are guaranteed 2 different Game 5s. 15-5, the final score of this one. The last year they were the Wilkes-Barre Scrambles, but the Oklahoma City Strikers tie up this series at 2 games apiece. Pro action about to be underway. As a matter of fact, our first 2 pro games on tap today. This series is on the line. Our next game coming up, the number 5 seed of the Eastern Conference, the Philadelphia Demons, will be on the road to take on 4-seeded Boston. So the Boston Vandals, home field advantage for Game 4, but they are down in the series, 3-0. The Demons going for the sweep, and it's next. Stay tuned, folks. It's only on CDL Live. And welcome back, CDL fans, to our June 1st edition of CDL Live, a playoff edition, of course, as we are wrapping up all the Game 4s in these best of 5 and best of 7 series of the D-League and Pro League, of course. And our D-League game done today. We're guaranteed a Game 5 between, in 2 different series, actually, we're guaranteed a Game 5. We know Rochester and Baltimore, or should I say Rochester at Baltimore, for Game 5 of their best of 5 series. Of course, series tied at 2. That's going to be on our next game day, the June 2nd game day. And we know on June 3rd, the Saints of Montreal and the Strikers of Oklahoma City going head-to-head. Oklahoma City going to have the home side of the field for that Game 5 matchup. So, already written in stone there, folks. But nonetheless, pro action here left to go on this game day, and 2 series that could come to an end right away here. Starting with this one, the Boston Vandals, number 4 seed of the Eastern Conference, taking on the number 5 seeded Philadelphia Demons. And despite splitting the season series in the regular season between the 2, both of them getting a win against each other, this series has not been even at all. All Philadelphia throughout the first 3 games, and a couple of close ones in there. A couple. I think actually maybe only one or 2. But nonetheless, as we take a look back through these games, go back to Game 1 of this series. Philadelphia on the road against Boston got that 15-5 win to take the 1-0 series lead. And then in Games 2 and in Game 3, Games 2 and 3, 15-10 finals, the Demons hanging on to take that 3-0 series lead in both those matchups. So now the Vandals here today, Vendetta at the front runner spot, going the kamikaze style, trying to keep their season alive here. The Demons trying to put it away with the sweep, but even with the loss, knowing that they'll have Game 5 and 6, if necessary, at home if they would lose here today. But then again, of course, trying to get the job done and earn themselves a little bit of rest before the second round smashes off. So that being said, Tim Geiser's Philadelphia Demons on the road take on the Boston Vandals. Philly with the 3-0 series lead. let's see what they both bring to the field here for Game 4. Let's get a look at the lineups, folks. Demons, Vandals. Okay, here we go, folks. Silver Demon starts the game up for the Philadelphia Demons yet again, using that same lineup that they used in Game 3, and Vendetta out there to meet up with them. So will the matching up work? And no, it does not. Silver Demon getting the quick flip on Vendetta. 5-0 Philadelphia right off the bat. That brings out Blue Dragon 2, and an interference right there will save Blue Dragon 2. And right away, Boston's best card taken out of the game, just like that. And these two continue to go at it. And Silver Demon and Blue Dragon 2 are both down, and now Pink Indy with a chance to win the series for the Demons. Up 10-5 here. Silver Demon doing his part, taking out Vendetta and then taking out Blue Dragon 2 in a tie. Gets that 10-5 score, so the setup is there. You know, it's like a volleyball thing. Setup's there. Can Pink Indy get the spike here, so to speak? We'll find out here. Pink Indy out there against Mach 5-3 for the Vandals. Pink Indy, of course, more of a kind of heavier defensive card, but he's got his own bit of offense, too. He's got an offensive side. He's an all-around good card, and, of course, Mach 5-3 bringing that lightweight defensive style to the field. And here we go. Series on the line right here. 10-5 Philadelphia, make it 15-5, and bring out the brooms, folks. We got a sweep. 15-5 here in Game 4, and the Philadelphia Demons clinch their spot in the second round of the playoffs. 4-0, they win the series here today, and doing it dominantly here, folks. No doubt about it. Philadelphia find a way to get the sweep. Good fight put up by Boston for a couple of the games, but not here today. In Game 4, Vendetta put at that front runner spot. It was a desperate maneuver. Totally backfired. And in the end, the Demons are moving on to the second round. But that being said, bring them both out here for just a moment and congratulate the Boston Vandals on a great regular season, making it to the playoffs. They definitely gave it their all on the field all season long. Almost ended up winning that division title, but in the playoffs, just coming up short here. We'll be sure to see them again in 2016, no doubt, but to a good season, a strong season, a playoff season to the Vandals. They enter the bag just one last time, folks. So, that being said, our congrats and farewell to the Boston Vandals in 2015, and I'm pretty sure any of their fans thank them for a solid season. So for the Philadelphia Demons, it's a victory here today. 15-5, the final score in Game 4. They sweep the Boston Vandals, and Demon dominance prevailing in the first round. And I'll tell you something, Tim Geiser, so good with the Demons in round 1. He has not lost a first-round playoff series with Philadelphia since 2011. So that streak carries on here. Of course, 2012 he didn't make the playoffs, but 2013 first-round win there, as in 2014. And now 2015, 3 years in a row, making it to the second round. Tim Geiser's Philadelphia Demons. Coming up next, the Roswell Aliens will look to do the same trick that Philadelphia just did. Can they get the sweep on the Chicago Wind Attack? Every game has gone into overtime so far between the Aliens and the Wind Attack, and including Game 3, which went to double overtime. Will we have a similar tough battle today, or will the Wind Attack finally figure out a way to take down Police Force? That we'll find out next on CDL Live. Stay tuned. Welcome back to CDL Live, folks. Our next game about to take place, the number 6 seed of the Western Conference, the Roswell Aliens, trying to pull off that first-round upset here today on the road against the 3-seeded Chicago Wind Attack. Of course, the best out of 7 series, the Roswell Aliens have that 3-0 series lead. And this is, of course, after winning games 1, 2, and 3 all in overtime. As a matter of fact, game 3 in double overtime. Miku wanting to be part of the action. She's meowing, wanting, I don't know, wanting me not to do these games, I guess, and wanting to be petted. One of the two things. But nonetheless, yeah, she's attention hungry tonight, folks. But nonetheless, your attention here, on Miku right now. Well, folks, let's get a look at the lineups here. Roswell Aliens and Chicago Wind Attack. They get ready to go head-to-head in Game 4 of this Best Out of 7 series. The Wind Attack got the home side of the field, looking to keep their season alive here in 2015, while the Aliens try to punch their ticket to the second round. Roswell Aliens, Chicago Wind Attack. Here are the lineups, folks.
We will begin transmission in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, here we go, folks. F1 Racer leads the way for the Roswell Aliens, and coming out first for the Chicago Wind Attack, it will be Blue Dragon. Of course, trying to keep his team's season soap alive, and not going to happen right there. F1 Racer surviving, and they switch sides of the field here, and another offensive chance, and F1 Racer playing good defensively right now. He and Blue Dragon still going at it, and this time staying up again is F1 Racer. And not another time. Good offense shown by Blue Dragon there. Gets the flip, 5-0 Wind Attack in the lead. And now Dragonfly out there for the Roswell Aliens. He's a good defensive card too, staying up there. Switching sides with Blue Dragon. And second time around, again staying up. And Blue Dragon getting the offensive chances, but in the end, it is going to be Dragonfly getting the flip there. So the score, 5-5. That brings out Monkey Ball for the Chicago Wind Attack. See a different look from them here in this game, and an interference right there that is going to save Dragonfly. So landing on the edge of a piece of paper, folks. Didn't do it for you. And interference right there saves both cards from being down. So the score is still tied at 5. Monkey Ball and Dragonfly here. And that time, close to an interference, but there is none. Dragonfly still up, and he has the flip on Monkey Ball. So 10-5, Roswell in the lead. One flip away from sweeping this series. And out there to face him now will be 47 run plays for Tampa Bay. Highlight out there. He's the same model as 47 running. But Highlight out there for the Chicago Wind Attack, trying to keep their season alive here. To do so with a tire. Straight up flip. Of course, he's trying to tie the game up here. Two good defensive cards going in. And that time an interference for sure. So, both cars back to their own sides. The score 10-5. Aliens in the lead. Looking to win the series here. And like I said, two good defensive cars. Both of them using the spin cycle there. And this time, Dragonfly is down. A good flip right there. And we are tied at 10. And this series, every game gone down to the wire, folks. No doubt about it. Spectite now out there for the Roswell Aliens. Highlight out there for the Chicago Wind Attack. Tied at 10, and here we go. Both these teams, both these cards have certainly had their battles, and of course are sitting at the 5-point gainer spot. Will change the look from the Chicago Wind Attack. They kind of might be thinking, hey, we might be going into overtime again. And you can't blame them for thinking that after the first 3 games. They did go into overtime. Nonetheless, at least Porsche card that Chicago has not been able to flip yet, but he is at the 5-point gainer spot for the Aliens, ready to come out. He will get a chance if needed to come out. Spectite and Highlight going at it here. Both these cars putting up a good fight. Both of them staying in it here. And take a look at that front end, and a timeout call by the Wind Attack. Just pulling that piece of metal out to the front. Not going to require any work here. Just pulling that metal out and sending them back out there for more action. Here we go. So a quick timeout there. Not much work had to be done in that scenario. Both cars doing good defensively. Both of them staying up, keeping their own side of the field, playing collisions. And this is what you expect from these two with the series on the line. Expect Tight trying to win the series. Highlight trying to keep the Chicago Wind Attack alive in the series. As these two continue to battle it out. Expect Tight and Highlight going at it here. Want to match up, and this time Spec Tight is down and Chicago is in the lead. 15-10, now looking for the win. And then now coming out the car that they haven't been able to flip all series, Police Porsche. Out there trying to force overtime like he did in Game 3 here. So, trying to do it yet again. Both cars staying up. He's a smash mouth heavyweight. Able to get flips on good defense, but that's all he's got ahead of him here, and he forces overtime yet again. Highlight down. Can the Wind Attack somehow stop Police Porsche? They haven't been able to all series, and now it comes down to R and Police Porsche here in Game 4 in overtime in this series. Yet again, tied at 15. R and Police Porsche. Here we go. In OT. Can R finally flip? No, and the series is over, and Police Porsche, my goodness, unstoppable. Sweeping the Chicago Wind Attack 4 games to none. Roswell eliminating Chicago from the playoffs, sweeping them out of the playoffs, and really got to give hats off to Police Porsche right there. Not going down in any of these collisions, able to take down every single one of those Chicago Wind Attack cars, doing it all from the 5-point gainer spot, getting those crucial flips to win games. Did very well as a Utah Laker, and folks, doing even better as a Roswell alien. Gets the job done like he did in the minors, but like I said, even better here. 20-15 in overtime, the final score. The Roswell aliens win Game 4, and they have swept this series 4 games to none. The Wind Attack have been eliminated from the playoffs. So just to take a quick moment here and bring them out one more time here. And give our congratulations to Jim Holstein here and his Chicago Wind Attack, the Central Division champions of 2015. Not able to advance here to the second round of the playoffs, but a strong regular season, a strong season, and a strong series, as a matter of fact. Able to go into overtime, all 4 games, just couldn't find that finishing punch that they needed to get a win here. And at the end of the day, they have been eliminated from the playoffs 4 games to none. But for the last time, entering their bag, and we'll look to see them again in 2016. But our congrats to Chicago on an awesome season. And that being said, folks, the Roswell Aliens are on to the Western Conference semifinals. A big win in the first round. 4 games to none. They've eliminated the Chicago Wind Attack from the playoffs. And on to round 2, I'm waiting for more opponents. The 6th seed of the West. Moving on here. Coming up next on CDL Live, the series won't be on the line. But folks, it's been a fun series to watch thus far, no doubt. The Hartford Homies be home for Game 4 against the Puerto Rico Playas. Puerto Rico on the road looking to get the win and take a 3-1 series lead back to San Juan. Of course, the Hartford Homies trying to tie that series up before they go on the road for Games 5. And, well, it would be 6 if they could get the win. 2-1 Puerto Rico in the series right now. The 10 guys from the Homies looking to tie it up. Hartford Homies, Puerto Rico Playas. It's next on CDL Live. Stay tuned. Welcome back to CDL Live, folks. Our next game about to take place. The number 7 seed of the Eastern Conference, the Puerto Rico Playas, on the road to take on the number 2 seed of the Eastern Conference, the Northeast Division champions, the Hartford Homies. Of course, Puerto Rico, though, might be 7th seed, but they are no team to sleep on. Defending Eastern Conference champions are those Puerto Rico Playas. Alex Johnson versus Tim Geyser, Game 4 in their best out of 7 series. Let's get you a little recap right quick on the first 3 games. Go back to Game 1. Puerto Rico dominating, getting that 15-0 win to take a 1-0 series lead. Hartford battling back in Game 2 gets the win in overtime. That gets followed up by another impressive performance by the Puerto Rico Playas in Game 3. They get the 15-5 win, and that brings us to now. Puerto Rico with the 2-1 series lead, able to get wins dominantly. Well, of course, Hartford able to fight. We'll see how much fight they got in here for this one. Game 4 about to take place. Alex Johnson's Puerto Rico Playas, Tim Geiser's Hartford homies. Tim Geiser's getting to celebrate today because his Philadelphia Demons clinched their, punched their ticket to the second round of the playoffs, beating the Boston Vandals 4-0, sweeping that series. But now, Tim putting some hope in that Hartford homie squad and hoping that they can get this series tied today because they know games 5 and 6, if necessary, going to be back in Puerto Rico. So give them the Playas that home side of the field come that time. So, that being said, let's get a look at the lineups for these two teams. They get ready for their Game 4 matchup. Puerto Rico Playas, Hartford homies. Okay, here we go, folks. Game 4 in this best-of-7 series. Black Lena will lead the way for the Puerto Rico Playas, and 46 Jr. out there with a little piece of tape on that front end to start this game for the Hartford homies. Keep them in order, and look at that. Maybe a little bit harder of a hit out of that one. Black Lena gets sent flying back, but in the end, Black Lena's defense prevailing right there. So, 46 Jr. just not stable enough. 5-0 Puerto Rico, and they'll bring out Hammer for the Hartford homies. And Black Lena just so good defensively, able to use that spin cycle. One of the most dangerous cars on that Puerto Rico squad leading the way. The whole team is dangerous, so a lot of defense on the Playas side, but then again, a lot of smash mouth style on the Hartford side. And that smash mouth coming through right there. Hammer getting the flip, and he ties the game up at 5 apiece. Now we'll bring out Black Star for Puerto Rico here. And out there against Hammer. Both cars still up, going at it again. And this time, Black Star down. Hammer getting the lead for the Hartford homies. So the score, 10-5. Hartford one flip away from tying this series, but Green Blaze Jr. out there trying to tie this game up. And a clip shot right there. Both cars still staying up and switching sides here. Going at it again. Green Blaze Jr. and Hammer. It's smash mouth versus defense here. No doubt about it. So they go head to head. And both cars still up and going to remain on opposite sides. Hammer and Green Blaze Jr. Two great cars in this league. No doubt about it. Both battling it out right here. Good defense by both sides. See Hammer using that spin cycle maneuver. Such a low, stable, to low to the ground car. Able to do his job. Do it pretty darn well. And that time, sent flying is Green Blaze. He's still up off screen. And interference there, but nonetheless, even if there wasn't interference, they're still going back to their own sides. Both cars still up and in this game. Still a 10-5 game. The homies in the lead. Trying to get the win here is Hammer. Both cars still up yet again. And this time, Green Blaze Jr. has to pull off a nice defensive move and yet another. The pressure being put on, and now the win is there. 15-5. The Hartford homies come out strong here on home turf in Game 4, and they tied the series up at 2 apiece. 15-5 the final score. Hartford even in the series at 2. Puerto Rico, good effort kind of shown there. You got to give Green Blaze Jr. some credit for putting up the fight. Good defensive battle there. The Hammer smash mouth style just proven to be too much for Puerto Rico here today. He goes, actually, as a matter of fact, he ends up going 3-0, taking out Black Lena, Black Star, and Green Blaze Jr. Hammer getting the job done. And the reason why the homies are in a tied series now. So tied at 2. Their next game, Game 5, will be on the June 3rd game day, as a matter of fact. So we'll be able to catch these two teams in action again, as both these teams, I should say, going to take that critical 3-2 series lead. But for now, tied at 2, folks, between the homies and the players, and what else would you expect from a series that features Tim Geyser's squad and Alex Johnson's squad? What else do you expect, folks? Coming up next, though, we got more action here on the CDL Live. That wasn't it. The number 1 seed of the West, Alex Johnson's Los Angeles Blades, defending world champions, home against the number 8 seeded Idaho Cowboys. Idaho down that series 2-1, trying to recapture that magic that they had in Game 1. The Blades on a roll, winning games 2 and 3, looking to do the same in Game 4 to take that 3-1 series edge. Game 4 next, only on CDL Live. It's our main event. Stay tuned. And welcome back, CDL fans, to our main event of this June 1st CDL Live, this playoff edition, of course. Game 4 is all getting wrapped up today, and this will be the final Game 4 of the first round. Best of 7 series here between the Idaho Cowboys and the Los Angeles Blades. Let's take a quick little recap of things. Idaho winning the first game by a miracle's chance, 20-15 in overtime. And it looked like, hey, Idaho can make this a fun one. But then, Game 2 came along, and the Blades looked a little bit more like the Blades, able to finish and put a game away. They did so, 15-10. And then, Game 3, well, Idaho had a competitive Game 2. And, well, not so much in Game 3. The Blades totally dominating, 15-5 in Game 3 to take the 2-1 series lead. And now on home field, all the momentum in their corner here, and home field in their corner, can they take that big 3-1 series lead? Idaho trying to avoid that, trying to tie this series up, knowing that Game 5 and 6, they would have home field for. So, that being said, should be a fun battle to watch here. The 8th seed of the West, the Idaho Cowboys, had that whole little rematch thing, ended up losing a rematch game against Bradford, but still able to crawl their way up into the playoffs, taking that number 8 seed. Had to fight their way pretty much twice to get in. And now going up against the LA Blades here. And they've already shown their fighters, folks. Let's see if they can get a win here to tie this series up at 2. Well, let's find out. Going up against the Pacific Division champs, not to mention the defending world champs, Alex Johnson's Los Angeles Blades. Let's get a look at the lineups. Cowboys, Blades. With a top leg back and the sunshine shining, cowboy back. Let's go singing with the boom, cowboy back. I love LA. I love the truth. I love LA. I love the truth. I love LA. I love. And here we go, folks, leading the way for Idaho, using that same lineup that they had in Game 1. Blaster out there first, and Greelina out there for the Blades to meet up. And both cars up after the first collision. Both tumbling, and just left of me here. They both continue to go at it. Game being played by both cars right now. Blaster's offense, and now his defense coming to light, as he's hitting spin cycle pretty good. And this time around, both Greelina and Blaster are going to be down there. So, good shot there that puts both cars down. So, the score, 5-5 to start things off. And that will bring out both cars from the middleman spot. 42nd out there for Idaho, and out there for the Blades, Pink Indy Jr. His offense takes on Smash Mouth style here, and you see a little bit of that defense that Pink Indy Jr. can bring to a field. And both him and 42nd are going to be down there. So the score, now tied at 10. That will bring out both cars from the captain spot. Governor out there for the Idaho Cowboys. Far Future out there for the Los Angeles Blades. Here we go. Two cars strong defensively, no doubt about it. Same weight, as a matter of fact, as well. Both known for that lightweight defensive skill, and far future earned the title of 2014 MVP for as well. So going at it here, both cars still up, the battle continuing. This time, wild collision, far future staying up, Governor is down, and the Blades take a 15-10 lead. And now, MX Strikes, or the rookie for Idaho, out there trying to force overtime. And not going to be able to do it. The defending MVP gets the job done there, and the Blades have taken a 3-1 series lead here in Game 4. 15-10 the final score. Alex Johnson's defending world champion Los Angeles Blades getting the job done here today, finding ways to get wins, and the MVP, the last year's MVP, playing like an MVP here today, goes 2-0, getting this team the win, and leaving his 5-point gainer out of the scenario. 15-10 the final score, and that brings this game day to an end. The Blades taking a 3-1 series lead over the Idaho Cowboys after that early 1-0 series deficit. So that being said, what comes up on the next game day? We're looking and talking about the June 2nd game day. 5 games going to be taking place. In case you didn't know, bunch of series that actually, as a matter of fact, 2 series that could come to an end on the June 2nd game day. And those games will be at the top of the match list and, main event in it. Actually, in the main event of our June 2nd game day, the San Jose Storm on the road against the San Francisco Shinobis. This, of course, our next game day coming up. San Francisco with that with that 3-1 series lead, looking to put the series away while they got home turf on their side, no doubt about it. The Tampa Bay Gators got that same 3-1 series lead against the Brawlers, only they'll be on the road looking to put that series away. But other games going on. It's Game 5, folks. Across the board, New Mexico and Nevada, their series tied at 2. The Monsters on the road against the Thunder, breaking their tie there in Game 5. And Pittsburgh and New York also tied at 2 in their series. They'll be looking to break their Game 5 tie. And leading off that game day, a Development League Game 5 playoff match. And folks, you know what that means. D-League first round is the best out of 5 series. So it's win or go home for the Rochester Tomahawks and the Baltimore Colts come that June 2nd game day. Series tied at 2. Winner takes the series in that matchup. And then on the June 3rd game day, limited as to how many matchups there are, folks, is, well, we could see a couple of teams get eliminated. Well, we know Hartford and Puerto Rico are going to play on to a Game 6. They guaranteed us that today. But the Blades have a chance to win that series 4-1 against Idaho on the June 3rd game day. And then, of course, Oklahoma City taking on Montreal, Game 5 of their series right now, all even at 2, so winner take all there. That being said, till next time, till the June 2nd game day when you got all 5 of those games, alright? But till that next game day, James Holtz here, owner and creator of the Car Demolition League, wishing you, as always, the best. Till next time, folks, take care of yourself, be yourselves, and peace. Thanks for watching.